Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with mono black zombies. We can kill our opponents by attacking them with little creatures or by just garrying them out. You can cycle your gem palm polluters in whatever matches you want by clicking on the timestamps in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video or subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the league. Match 1, Game 1. MCQ Zombos. And we got a 1-drop into a 2-drop into an eventual Gary and a little bit of Bazooka Bog for some interaction. No sack outlets for these bad boys, but hey man, gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna have to play pretty smart tonight to really pull this one out, guys. So no loose plays, you guys. No loose plays, all right? I'm watching you. No loose plays. It's all your fault. It has nothing to do with me. I'm pretty sure like 90% of the time when I do make a loose play, like the chat will be like, hey man, this loose play is about to happen. Like you guys even anticipate the delay and tell me like 20 seconds ahead of time and I still do it. I'll be like rambling on about something stupid. You'll be like, Jeff, don't. But it's already been done. What's up, Madam Mix7? How you doing? I exist in a constant state of looseness. You should probably see a proctologist about that. Zombies can be yeah, you really do. I mean, I think turn 1 it's pretty obvious go Festering Mummy because we have another untapped swamp, but we're gonna want to want to be aware of that. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Opponent goes turn 1 island. They did keep their 7. We're gonna keep hitting untapped lands. Go ahead and get in for 1 here, and then play a Sultai Emissary. Our opponent may daze, but I feel like if we have a 1-drop down and they're dazing, we're in good shape. Pretty good, Mr. Redbird. Glad to have you. Welcome. They're going to cycle. Oh, this is Tribe. They're going to get Snow-Covered Island. Okay, mismatched Snow-Covered Island. Worth noting. What's up, McVeet? Thanks so much for the sub last night, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hope you're having an excellent evening. All right, so we'll go to combat and we'll swing in. And then we'll play Bazooka Bog. I really wish we could play on their turn so that we could like slam this Pestilence. Granted, all of our creatures are now X1s, so I don't know how I feel about that really. We'll see though. The Festering Mummy versus... Oh my god, I didn't play the Sultai Emissary. Why? Guys, I was playing on Counterspell. So, usually plays Jeskai tokens. Oh yeah! I think I did play that for net benefits once. Also, you can punt me. So maybe they are on Jeskai instead of Scred here. We'll see. Evolving Wilds. Okay, they're just going to pass here. Alright. Sure. Carrion Feeder. Okay, let's go to combat and swing. We'll say we were holding on to Carrion Feeder. Well, Sultai Emissary was Carrion Feeder bait. So play a land and attempt a Sultai Emissary. See if our opponent has responses. No responses. Attempt a Carrion Feeder. So I'd prefer they hard counter here. Are they going to Spellstutter Sprite? They're going to counter spell. Okay. All right, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Safe to say they had it up last turn too. Ooh, they're on Grixis? What's going on here? Oh man, is this Flicker? Yeah, take care of that hard interaction so we can Gary them. All right, so if we're not thinking fairies and we're thinking kind of mass removal on the way, I imagine that's why you play black and red anyway. Or this might just be for Gurmag Angler. Then Aetherion, what's up, man? Grixis Herald Aetherion. So opponent doesn't have any counter magic up here. I don't know if this Pestilence is going to be good enough, although I do kind of want to commit it, hoping that they can't kind of slog through these creatures. Oh, they played Muldrifter as well. Okay, so Pestilence will come down next turn, and that'll represent an even better clock because we'll be able to kill off these Sultai Emissary. Ooh, Carrion Feeder. That's tempting. But I think we want to be mana efficient here and Pestilence, especially where we can play around hard counter. And I feel like in a longer game, it's a bit better because their win condition is probably creature based with things like Archaeomancer. So I'm pretty happy to have it on board here. Granted, this is a lot better in many other circumstances. I'd like to have black mana up here to activate this in response to one of the removal spells, but life goes on. All right, opponent's just going to pass here. A little awkward running out Carrion Feeder. They could just go slam Muldrifter And then... Alright, so they are going to Firebolt, sure. We'll get a creature for our trouble. But I think I'm going to leave 4 mana up for Pestilence. 5 mana. Oh. Oh, this is too tempting. Okay, let's see if they want to tap any of their mana here. It's not a great Gary, but a Gary nonetheless. I don't think this is Delver either. What does this mean? Devious cover-up, right? So I think the plan is going to be to run out Carrion Feeder and leave up some mana for Pestilence in the meantime. Alright, our opponent lets it go. So the question is now whether we ping for 1 on end step or not. I think we do. Alright, so go to end step. We're going to sacrifice Festering Mummy. And, okay, we have to choose the target and say no. And then I guess we might as well go ahead and do this now. Sack Emissary. Get a counter. Oh yeah, I didn't even look. A swamp. And a swamp. Well, that's good. Getting some lands out of the way. And we'll go ahead and Pestilence once. They're down to 7. Unless they have Echoing Decay. And even if they did have Echoing Decay, this is probably still fine, because we make a huge Carrion Feeder. Yeah, it just swamps. Which is nice. Means it's all gas coming. So that's pretty good to deny them of resources for a turn. They're going to Forbidden Alchemy. Okay. I don't think that gets them out of this. They might have bounce spells. They might have like Snaps or Echoing Truths or something in their main deck. They let the Angler go. They let a Scred go. Okay. Tapping a blue to cycle Ash Barrens. So it seems like they kind of flooded out this game a little bit too. Swippity swampity. And best flooding I ever did, really. Alright, so our opponent has double red for some removal spells. We'll see how they decide to target, or how they want to time this. It's tapping 4. You got it. No Evankar's Justice, only a single black mana. Swirling Sandstorm. Wow. Okay. Sure. There's nothing we can do about this. We are going to ping them down. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Sandstorm. That was pretty clutch for them. So we're going to go ahead and... we might as well just do it now. So we'll ping them for... Well, they could play a creature. So we'll go to end step. Trigger on the stack. We'll go ahead and ping you for 3. Down to 4. What's up, Waltzmark? How you doing? And so unless they have Essence Scatter or something... I hope the zombies treat me well too. We were so close already. So I think the play is still just a raw Gary here. Drain them. And then, oh, they can kill it in response. Cool. All right. They definitely had answers there. But they're down to 4 cards in hand, so the resources are at least a bit low. They pretty much needed Sandstorm there to get us, and they had it. That's all right. A lot of our reach has kind of hit the bin here now. So it's questionable whether I want to sandbag Mummy or not. Yeah, if Pestilence stayed on board, we won the game. I don't think I misplayed at all. How do you know when you're overcommitting into the main deck Swirling Sandstorm out of Snow Grixis? All right, so we're going to play our creatures out. At least that will limit their ability to attack. And Festering Mummy shrinking one of these creatures down might matter. So we'll pass like that. I feel like either they're on Delver or I don't know. I don't feel like they're playing Delver, actually. So here comes a Drifty Boy. Yep. They're at 4. And I feel like they're holding up a counterspell for another potential Gary. We're drawing lands. It's not ideal. All right, let's hold on to a land. I feel like we can bluff at this point. We can't draw into a 6-drop, so we'll just pass here. Gem Palm Polluter is a 7-drop, I guess, if we feel like hard casting it, but at this point, I feel like it's better to cycle it. This is Scred Grixis Control. That makes... Oh! Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we might as well get the Drifter off the battlefield all the way. I think as many blockers as we can get rid of would be the best case scenario. But it's not looking good, gang. We're at 5. No zombies on board. We draw a land, and we're dead. That was some pretty impressive flooding out of the deck, too, but... Alright, so let's see what we've got for control. We want to become even more resilient. I feel like stripping one removal spell with a Duress isn't really going to do it. Crypt Creeper. This isn't going to stop an Angler. Pestilence is fine. They're not playing Karoo lands. I feel like Shepherd of Rot could be okay, because our life total is generally going to be higher than theirs. And hey, it combos with... yeah, always drawing lands. It combos with Gem Palm Polluter and Gurmag Angler. Gurmag Angler is a zombie. Oh, it is sweet. It is way sweet. I really do not want to downplay their deck. Let's talk about what isn't good. Nameless Inversion we want for their Augurs. So I kind of like it here. It doesn't really look like our sideboard is set up to deal with them. Because most of our creatures, like we have a big butt on Gary. We can let our creatures die sometimes. So like Sultai Emissary, we don't care about it dying. Festering Mummy, we're okay about it dying. We have Ghoul Caller's Chant to get them back. I think Choking Sands might be okay. I don't really know what I'd bring it in over. And what would I cut them off on, right? Like if I could cut them off on black mana, we probably don't lose, actually. So I'm going to bring in Choking Sands. I feel like they will be capable of clearing our board. So I'm going to take out Pestilence. I think these creatures lose a bit of utility. Although I'm remiss to think Choking Sands is the right move. Part of me thinks this is a Shepherd of Rot matchup. Do you think I could cut a Gary or two? We don't need the life gain. And yeah, and our board isn't going to be super, super packed. This kills Angler. Maybe I don't want this many Edicts. I'm going to cut an Edict as well. I would not mind these Shepherds. If I could find a way to get these Shepherds in. Yeah. Yeah, Shepherds doesn't... But it goes a lot faster than Gary. So I think I'm actually going to bring 2 Shepherds in over 2 Garys here. Right. Like, Gem Palm Polluter doesn't do much without a full board either. Oh, you can't blow up swamps with Choking Sands. Yeah, maybe that's just not. Maybe that's just not happening. All right, get back in here, guys. That was clutch. That was clutch. This hand, also super clutch. Very on brand. All right, we're going to mulligan. I don't know that taking them off of red. Cutting the 21 lands might be a good idea on the draw. All right. This has places to go. 1 Festering Mummy might not do it. I am going to keep. I really like Festering Mummy taking the teeth off of... Ooh, okay. So we do want a sack outlet when possible. All right. Swamp, Festering Mummy, go. And this hand wins the game. All right, opponent on turn 1 island. Pretty iconic play. So we'll go to combat, attack with Festering Mummy. We're going to get off our card advantage spell because we mulliganed and because our opponent can't counter it. Although getting Carrion Feeder down might be okay. Like play tap land, Carrion Feeder. Yeah, maybe the pressure is more important. Part of me doesn't really want to play this. We cut a lot of Garys. And we cut our Pestilence. We have a lot of 1-drops, though. It'll make next turn better. Okay, I am going to play Baron more. That wasn't an easy decision at all, obviously. What's up, Sylvie? Eli? Good games last night. Thank you for the games. It was fun. I don't really... Deals 2. Okay. Nothing we can do about that. So that was kind of what I was worried about instead of Sign and Blooding there, but getting rid of a removal spell is fine. So we'll go to combat and swing. And I feel like we still play Sultai Emissary's deck, or Sultai Emissary here to keep that pressure on, and we'll look for card advantage when we have time to do that. Our deck is like actually kind of resilient against removal. There's taking them off red to keep them off sweepers is actually a pretty good idea. Now they're talking about it. Is that what they're trying to do? Do you pronounce it like Alicio? Oh man. My whole life I've been doing it wrong. Alright, go to combat. Ghoul Razor is a pretty good draw here. I feel like they have Exclude up. I don't know what... They might be... Okay, good. Fairy Duelist. Fire. Blowouts. Okay. So that does make me kind of wish I... main phased Ghoul Razor, but I do also feel like they have counter magic up here. Another swamp underneath. So we don't get a Carrion Feeder for sure here, unfortunately, but we do get something. What do we get? Carrion Feeder. Come on. Dang. Oh, well, that's 2 more removal spells. So we got that going for us. There's black mana. And we'll see what they play. It does really suck that Choking Sands can't hit black mana. I don't know that hitting red mana slows him down by that much, though. There's a Chainer's Edict target. Not really what I want to be edicting, but... And something I probably have to edict to win this game. Now the question is, do I Sign in Blood and hope to hit a land and then edict? We want to resolve Ghoul Razors too. I think I use this turn to resolve a Ghoul Razor while they're tapped out, or while they're tapped low. So I'm going to do that. Because I prefer to 2-for-1 them than kill an Augur here. This is reducing our clock by 2 damage, but putting this on board, getting another creature back, it's a good long-term investment. This is going to be a value-based matchup. We really have to resolve these 2 spells. It's more important than resolving a Chainer's Edict. What? Were those creatures not attacking? Mono. What did you do? Well, guys. This is game 2. Yeah. Yeah, that sucked. All right, so if we lose this game by 2 damage, y'all know why. Oh, that really sucked. Okay. You win some, you moto some. I very clearly clicked attack with all creatures, and it just passed through combat. Oh well. You guys saw that, right? I think that's what it was originally called. It was originally called like magic something 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 about objects. Here's Gary. All right, guys, turning off auto yields as one does. Attack with all creatures as one still does. So they're going to block. Yep. Take 4 down to 14. I think we just want to keep playing creatures here. We'll go for Carrion Feeder. Yeah, that was its original name. I feel like they have an exclude. I don't like that at all. They might remove Carrion Feeder here because I can kind of just sacrifice all willy-nilly like to make it huge. How big can I make it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can get it out of range of Sandstorm. But they still don't have... What a terrible name for a product. Maybe I did. Maybe I right-click on Dude in the process. So I'm going to Scred Carrion Feeder. Okay. I guess this can attack through Augur, so that does matter. We do have a bunch of 2/2s. Oh my god, I'm going to lose this game by 2 damage, and it's going to suck so bad. Alright, opponent passes back, and now we're kind of getting mana screwed. So we'll go to combat, and we'll swing. I'm going to block like that, take 4 down to 10. I'm going to play Carrion Feeder. I'd rather resolve this Sign in Blood. So if they do have like a devious cover-up or something here, then I'd like to see it. Ooh, less expensive counter magic. Moment of Cravings. Okay, so they do gain some life off of it. And we don't get a free counter for our Carrion Feeder. Gary under the Manifest. Understatement of the universe. Okay, so we're going to Sign in Blood ourselves here. Draw some cards. Maybe hit our land drop. No land drop. All right, pass the turn. Festering Mummy's going to do a lot of work on Augur if they don't just Wrath us this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, Swirling Sandstorm is a board wipe here. Oh god, they have Swirling Sandstorm. All right, so we'll block. Great. How? How did they find it? Oh my god. Okay. So obviously they have like 4. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this deals 5. Yep. You got it. Play a land and rebuild. So we'll go ahead and Festering Mummy. Sultai Emissary. Well, at least we didn't lose by 2. We'll have to resolve a lot of like Ghoul Caller's Chance, more Ghoul Raisers, things like that. Try to outvalue them, but from here it's going to be pretty tough. That was clutch. That was very, very clutch. They're going to Forbidden Alchemy. That should get them close enough to Angler. Yeah, in my absence, I forgot the art of drawing better than my opponent. I don't know that I ever learned that art, really, if we're going to call it that. Yeah, what a good board state. All right, I don't think my opponent can... What is this? So I declare them as attackers and they just don't attack? Is that how this works? Yeah, that's cool. You guys saw that, right? Like, can we get a replay on that? Oh my god. Okay. They were like pushed up into the red zone. Evokes a Drifter, yep. Oh, I'm so salty. So salty. All right. Go to combat. Attack. Okay. It worked that time. Play Sultai Emissary and pass. Now they should be at 5. They are reanimated corpses. Can't expect them to do everything you ask. You're right. Yeah, that is a lot to expect. All right, opponent has a relic. We draw Swamp. All right. So go to combat. The extraordinary. Yeah, like I don't get salty very often. But sometimes my opponent just like cheeses it out. Maybe they don't have a counterspell for Gary. And we would have won. But we're going to test them here. I don't think they're going to tap out anytime soon. And making them hold up counter magic instead of playing Mold Drifter does allow us to get in for mana. Oh, they have Exclude. Rip. I am mad. I really am. I can't imagine that that's any different than how I normally red zone my stuff. All right. What do we find? Ghoul Raiser. All right. Go to combat. Swing like a normal human being. And opponent's got removal. Yep. We get a morph. Okay. Wouldn't have minded drawing that. Opponent takes 1. I think they might counter Ghoul Raiser here. File for compensation. Yeah, I think I will. The Ghoul Razor's really not bad for us here, so they are going to counter. They only know about one Gary at most. I don't really know. Like, it's possible I clicked too early, so if that's the case, then that's it. That's all you can do. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. We've seen a fair amount of counter magic. They're going to represent double blue for our next turn anyway, it looks like. Here comes full cost Muldrifter. Yep. And we'll see if we can sneak through this Gary. I'd like some bait. Ooh. Tapping down to a single mana. And we'll get rid of Sultai Emissary. We're going to play for the Devotion here in our graveyard. Festering Mummy's fine. What do we draw? Festering Mummy. All right, well, let's Gary. Hopefully our opponent can't interact with it. I doubt they can. Gary you for a lot. Go to combat. And swing. So we'll see how they block here. All right, they block Emissary. We get another morph. They take 2 down to 1. They would have been dead. But you win some, you lose some. To the clicks. All right, let's see if they can fight their way back out of this. Another Sandstorm would do it. So if they find their way to another Sandstorm, then they could lock it right back up. But this Festering Mummy just has to survive 1 more turn, and they have 2 cards in hand. Plus we have an Edict to take care of an Angler post-Wrath. They're going to Brainstorm. Getting desperate. They don't have 4 mana for their Sandstorm anymore. And they're at 1. Hey, thanks for the sub, Apridnir. Thank you, thank you. Everything's going okay now. I think I might actually win despite all of the stupid non-attacks I made. Oh man, Vendilion clicks? I've never been Vendilion clicked Celtic Carbomb, but I sure have been Celtic Carbomb before. Alright, they Firebolt. They've got 2 mana left. Disfigure? Oh, Angler. Okay. But that doesn't do it. So unless they have a way to counter Chainer's Edict for 1 blue mana, then I think we win. And we get to go to another game. Yep. Sure thing. So we'll see. I can't think of any spell in the game that gets him out of this. Besides me not attacking, which is a perfectly reasonable reason for my opponent to not. Yeah, thank you. All right, so that sideboard went okay. I'm starting to feel like we could just justify Choking Sands to cut them off that first Swirling Sandstorm. I don't know what we want to bring it in over, though. Gary's were important that game, but their draw was pretty clunky. The camp? Oh, the album? Oh, it was good. It was a great year. It really was. I think we can take out a land here on the draw. So I'm going to. And I kind of want to bring in these Choking Sands. Although I don't think Choking Sands is that good on the draw. What am I taking a land out for anyway? Nothing. What's up, Drifty Boy? We got him. We got him for 1. Got him for 1 game so far. Game 1 was pretty firmly in their favor. Is it actually cap sensitive? That's really weird. Oh, there it is. Spamming my own chat. Opponent was being kind, not letting me misclick my way to doom. Maybe I don't want to take this land out. Maybe I kind of like how we sideboarded. Got the Shepherds. Even 1 activation of Shepherd is like kind of okay. Thanks, man. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can shave a couple things. School Razor's great. Grey Merchant was important. Hey, man. Gotta do what you gotta do. I kind of like the sideboarding there. I think we'll find our Gary when we have to. Hopefully. I like this hand a lot. Yep. Snap it off. I like it most because of how well it plays around Augur Bolas. And if they waste their first early removal spell on Carrion Feeder, then we get a Shepherd of Rot that might hang out for a sec and then get to buy Carrion Feeder back. All right, so Augur Bolas we're going to let go for this turn. Hey, man, it's a really, that's one of my favorite ones. Oh, they got Firebolts. Okay. So how do I anticipate their next turn going? They're probably going to try to Firebolt our Carrion Feeder to death. Most likely. But that's okay, because we have Shepherd of Rot. So I think we kind of want to get in for 1 damage. Then play Ghoul Razor to get back Carrion Feeder. And then play Carrion Feeder, Shepherd of Rot in the same turn. So that we get value out of at least one of them. Okay, so let's do it that way. Although we might get Nameless Inversion back. But that's not the end of the universe. We don't want one back. Ooh, that could be why. Yeah, let's play Shepherd. Because we don't want to get Nameless Inversion back with Ghoul Razor. The YOLO theory, I'm trying to figure it out. I really, really, really am trying to figure out how I can sneak some arena content in there. Even if you guys are just with me on the way to grinding up to enough... they're going to kill Carrion Feeder. Okay, sure. Grinding up to enough cards to have... Yep, you will get in for 1. To be able to play Standard Pauper and then like find a way to play with people. No answer here for Thermo. They just early conceded. Well, hopefully we can get a bit of that value here. So play a land. They're representing hard counter. I'd rather get this Ghoul Razor down than another Shepherd, so I'm going to go ahead and go Festering Mummy. I mean, I'd like them both to resolve if they want to counter this. And Shepherd of Rot. And I'm happy getting either this or this back. They're going to let it go. Sure. We'll pass. Now I feel like they have Swirling Sandstorm in hand. Yeah, like early scoops are something that I try not to do. Sometimes I do tilt into another universe and I just feel like I have to, but or I feel like I'm playing so badly that I just don't want to continue down that track. I feel like, I'm exhausted of that game and I have to kind of move on. It's pretty much the only time that I'll do that. It would really suck in an EDH game because then they kind of have to like sit around and wait for you to come back or whatever, That's a little brutal. But I don't know. That you can do whatever you want. I'm sure it really sucks for people that like are that swiftly tilting that they feel like they have to do that. So it probably is very cumbersome on them to like have to feel that crappy. They still love the game and want to play it, but they like feel like garbage. That kind of sucks. Oh, Deadly Vaporeneer. Glad to hear it. So our opponent has a black card. No. Oh, there's the black mana. All right. Well, we are going to go to the life total race portion of the game because we have a ton of burn. We just have to get a life total advantage on them, which we're about to do. So we will shamble with a goblin and Nameless Inversion the Augur Bolas. Go to combat, attack with Festering Mummy. And we've got 8 points of burn on board. Plus a reasonable way to deal damage to our opponent otherwise, and another Nameless Inversion to deal with this Augur to like pretty much invalidate their clock. That costs black. What's up, J101? Thanks for hanging out last night. Yeah, glad to have you back. With a few games? So are you talking like PC games and stuff like that? Or just like some Magic games you feel like you have to do that? No attacks from our opponent. 5 mana and a Moment of Craving up. So we're going to see a removal spell from them here. We are going to go like this. And we are going to go like this. I don't know if maybe they feel like they can blow us out somehow. Okay. So we'll play a land, just in case that matters, and attempt to Nameless Inversion your Augur Bolas. See if that draws responses. I mean, if they have Lightning Bolt, we lose. But I feel like we have to go for it here. Oh, they can just gain 2 life on Moment of Craving, and then we may kill ourselves. So we're attacking with this Shepherd of Rot this turn, because we're only going to activate one. And we just got to hope they don't have it. Or maybe we attack with everything? No, I think we attack like this. Because we can't activate both because of the Moment of Craving in their hand. All right, so they are going to Moment of Craving. We'll activate in response. Go to 3. Kind of a tenuous place to be against a deck that probably plays Lightning Bolt. And we'll see if they get the Bolt. I don't think we win unless we do this. Got Bolt. Now they're going to Scred. Okay, sure. Yep. We go down to 4. Out of Bolt range, which is kind of nice. Opponent's down to 6. So not in a ton of trouble, but we can just play Ghoul Razor and win next turn. Potentially. Down to 3 cards in hand. Firebolt in the bin. We're at 4. Mm-hmm. 5 mana for a Drifted Boy. 4 mana for a Sandstorm. Okay, you got it. And Augur. We're at 4. It's not a bad play. Ooh, Angler. Yikes. I have seen Infinite Priest. I've been brewing around with Priest. I think at least not going too bad, Maryland. It's a little dicey right now. We're up against a Mangler, and our opponent has removal spells in their deck. We have to get a 1-drop back here, or we lose. So now they can just Firebolt Ghoul Razor and they win. That sucks. All right, well, they got us. Maybe they won't see it, but I'm pretty sure they got us. Yeah. Wait, do they just have another removal spell? They're gonna ice. Okay, sure. We lose. GG's. Land would have done it. Thanks for popping in, everybody, new and old. It's good to have you. All right, well, we're just gonna play a ton of zombies, and then Gem Palm for 1 million. So I'm gonna keep. Lead on, not Carrion Feeder because Disfigure and stuff. Never mind. Opponent's on burn. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so play a Swamp, play Festering Mummy. Pass turn. Next turn, we play 2 more zombies. This is only loss of life. Burn decks, man. Burn gotta burn. Searing Blaze, Thermo Alchemist. Okay. So not my favorite play from them. Gary is a great draw, but not yet, really. So we'll play Shambling Goblin. We'll play Carrion Feeder. Next turn, we're going to cycle Gem Palm Polluter for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's got some pretty good value. They can't leave up like removal spells to make it any worse or anything. Draws a card, and Sign in Blood might just be able to stick around while we hit our land drops. I'm not Chainer's Edicting here. I feel like it's way more important to developer board. Thank you very much, Marilyn. I appreciate that. Gary is going to decide it. Hopefully they don't play a Lava Runner here. I'm going to feel like such an idiot. Yep. Burn is such a cool deck. Like, even having played a Burn analog last night, like, it taught me so much about it. Like, to beat Burn, you've got to both be interactive and have a clock. We'll see if Gary can help us, but we do have to hit our land drops. And I think I might actually have to kill this next turn, which really sucks. And maybe I should have even killed it last turn. That's homemade New York style cheesecake a la Gordon Ramsay. And it was real good. Her name's Sarah. She's a friend of mine. She's really fun to hang out with. And yeah, she was my album cover model. I'll tell you, that's one of the more awkward experiences I've ever had, is like taking pictures of somebody while they're eating cake. All right, so Chainer's Edict represents a better clock for us here now, and we also really don't want them to continue using accelerators. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Opponent's going to ping in response. We're at 11. We didn't hit our land drop, unfortunately. Ooh, do they have just straight up a bolt? Yep. Okay. I mean, Burn can kill you with 3 cards in hand, 3 lands on the battlefield. Thermal Alchemist or not. Yep, we go to 7. 3 burn spells is game, and we don't have a land drop to help us. That was fast. It's going to be turn 4 kill. Oh, Fire Blast. Okay. Yep. Yep. Well, I'm gonna make him have it. Wow, that's pretty intense, man. That's pretty intense from Burn. So what turn are they on? Turn 4? Geez, I really should have killed that Thermo Alchemist, huh? Alright, go to combat, swing. And we'll Gem Palm, but I don't think it's gonna do it. Sign in Blood kills us. Alright, so cycle Gem Palm. Try to hit a land drop. Let me read this correctly. Target player loses life equal to the number of zombies on the battlefield. Alright, so they lose 3. Vampiric Link. That would be clutch. Maybe they know it. They got us dead here and they're just kind of playing with their food. Nah, they probably got us now, guys. Missing land drops there is pretty crucial. If we could have hit land number 5 next turn and they don't just kill us here, then we might have had a shot, but leaving it this long without a Gary is just not the way you're doing it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and run out Sultai Emissary. I mean, we could get really lucky, but I mean, we got to get like really lucky. So attack like this for 4. And we can get in for 7 next turn. So if they can't kill us here. Oh, yeah, probably. That's a really good point. And we're dead. That was pretty rough. All right, so Duress is equal to Counterspell here. Pestilence isn't going to do it. We want Gary. We don't want Shepherds. We don't want Crypt Creepers. We don't want Choking Sands. So I'm going to bring in 1 Duress for sure. Maybe we can lose some X1s. But I don't really know that that's worth it. Sign in Blood's probably a little bit worse, but not that. Vicious Offering's probably not very good. So I'm going to take out the Offerings as well. Bring in Duresses. We'll try it like that. And you never lose. Oh, you never do that? Never slow roll to burn? Bring in Chainers? Yeah, I'd be okay with 1 more. Yeah, even over Duress. I agree. I kind of want all my creatures. Burn's really weird like that. I think if I was going to cut anything else, it would be more removal. Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of like Sign in Blood. It might help us hit this Gary on time. I should probably keep updating this. Really? I guess Crypt Keeper does keep them off of Lava Runner. Yeah, Thermal Alchemist is definitely key. They showed us that. Probe, okay. See if they find a Lava Runner to hit us with. I think you're kind of right here. I think you're going to prove me right on the Sign in Blood, because we're going to get to such a low life total just hitting Sultai Emissaries to turn our clock up that we might not even have enough life to play around with for Sign in Blood by the end of it. It was really good in that match for them. If you draw it late, I mean, it's still there. It still does work, but... All right, so we're going aggro. I guess they just have a removal spell for Carrion Feeder. This plays pretty bad, but if they want to point burn spells at Carrion Feeders while dealing much damage to themselves, then good for them. All right, attack for Carrion Feeder. Yeah, I think I probably should have killed Thermal Alchemist when I had the chance last game. I feel like that was a pretty big sign. All right, they're going to Searing Blaze. Nothing we can do about that. Glad we have a clock started, though, and they're playing 2-drops. Don't want to glue Caller's Chant just yet, I don't think. Although Chant into Carrion Feeder while still getting a little bit extra value back. Maybe we just want to try to hit our land drops here. Yeah. I'm going to Chant into 1-drop. I'd really like to hit this Gary at some point. What? Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Don't play this deck. That was like the worst misclick. No, it has 2 targets, so it won't fizzle. I clicked on return target creature from my graveyard instead of return 2 target zombie cards from my graveyard. I'm so mad. I mean, we might not have time to cast them all or whatever, but it doesn't matter. I'm still real mad. They're going to Searing Blaze. You got it. And Riftbolt gets exiled. We find land. Yeah. Turn 3s with creatureless? That's sweet. Just hit all of your lands on time. The Manifest is a Gem Palm Polluter. So I think I want to keep this clock going. They're low enough on life that I'm incentivized to do it. Next turn would be a good turn to Sign in Blood. Obviously, because I have nothing else going on, but yeah. Mistakes I never want to make again. Not getting 2 zombies back. We're at 11. They have 5 cards in hand. 3 mana. What's it going to be? Marauders. Okay. I really don't want to have to Changer's Edict this. But I will. Burn with 4 cards is incredibly scary. And Lava Runner. Okay. I'm actually pretty okay with Lava Runner coming down here because we get a 2/2 to attack with. But I am pretty certain that they're going to be sacrificing Kelvin Marauders to our Edict. All right, play a land. So I don't think we can Sign in Blood here, which is just so brutal. So we'll Edict you. All right, they're going to hold on to it. I'm just going to pass here. Maybe this will kill them someday. Maybe we'll resolve a Gary. Yeah. We might kill them with it, but I'm certainly not going to cast it right now. We have Gem Palm Polluter and Nameless Inversion. It's going to like this. It's the one I can't cast. Lava Runner's pretty cool. All right, I feel like our opponent is on another Lava Runner for next turn. No zombies on board. That's a pretty weak cycle. I'm going to go ahead and do a pre-combat. Just to draw. We really need to hit a land. Come on. Festering Mummy. Okay. All right, play Festering Mummy. That does block their Lava Runner. Miracle Thunderous Wrath. Oh, you play Thunderous Wraths. That's crazy. I mean, they don't even really have to have anything go crazy good for them here to win. And we kind of have to draw a land to resolve this Gary to win. All right, what's this? 2 mana. Searing Blazes are morph. Okay. We go to 6. And 2 mana. Skewers. Yep, down to 3. Getting slow rolled. Getting slow rolled. Skewers. All right, that's burn. This is a weird hand. We're a 21 land deck, so it's actually kind of a good chance for us to draw into a playable hand on 6. We're on the draw. Going tap land, swamp, Sultai Emissary just seems real weak. I guess this many Ghoul Razors is kind of good, though, if we hit another land drop. If we don't hit another land drop for a while, we're just playing Sultai Emissaries. I don't know about this one, guys. Yeah, best time to sign in blood is when it's lethal. What do you guys think about this one? I really don't know. It seems too slow. Yeah, throw it up here anyway, Terry. What do you guys think? This is tough. I think it's okay if we can resolve these Ghoul Razors. You get rid of the 7. Tap land does look really bad. Okay. Much worse. much worse. 7 was close. This is real bad. It plays a little bit better if we draw another land. We get a scry and a draw. We're a 21 land deck. We have 9 1-drops. Yeah, blame the chat. I actually might keep this. I think I'm going to keep it. Definitely mulligan to 6. Opponent's on 5. If we're on 5, we're on a gentleman's 5 here. All right, I'm keeping this. It's terrible, but I'm keeping it. Good lord. At least our opponent mulliganed as well. Nameless Inversion. I'm happier having a Nameless Inversion than a 1-drop with no synergy. Opponent goes Swamp Go. We will go Swamp Go. I'm not going to play this Baron more until I know it can resolve a Gary. At least we've got card draw. All kinds of it. Opponent's going to go Orzhov Pestilence. Okay, we need a clock. We need a clock right now. Yup. Yeah, digs out of the mulligan. It's card advantage. See if they use that black mana. They don't. Good habit to have, though. Good habit to have. I am going to cycle this. Carrion Feeder. Okay, that's a start. Ghoul Caller's Chant. Not what we're looking for here. But I am going to go ahead and play yeah, they're not going to play... Probably aren't going to play like spells that deal -2/-2 anyway. So I'm going to play it here. We might be able to sign in blood next turn. Oh, it's going to make Boggles insane. Bodega Justice. What's up, man? No way. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. Castigate. Okay, don't really care about that. I'm really glad you like it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. It's a lot of fun to make. It's definitely my first love. I feel like I have infinitely more experience doing that than I do doing this. Well, that's why I'm doing it. You guys are out here. We got to do this together. Somebody has to play the zombies deck on stream. Ideally somebody that was better than me, but hey, man, I'm doing it. All right, so Castigate takes Ghoul Caller's Chant. Okay. So let's... I'm going to play Carrion Feeder pre-combat. Yeah, the new... Okay, so we should talk about the new mulligan rule. I think it's kind of exciting. So the reason I think it's too strong is because, for one, the ley lines, but also because it gives decks that were previously like already really good their opportunity to draw into hands that can win the game. Like Delver can, if Delver knows what it's playing against, it can mulligan until it has land, 2 lands, a fairy, miscreant, and a ninja of the deep hours, and then they just win. So that's a little scary to me, but maybe it's good. Like I'm not out here trying to say that I know more than Wizards R&D either, though. It seems good and limited in standard. I don't think the concentration of powerful cards can be that good in that small hand. We're flooding out a little bit here, guys. I am going to Nameless Inversion. I think without a clock, there's no way we're winning this game, and it gives us a target for our Ghoul Raiser next turn as well. So we're going to Nameless Inversion. I really like Vancouver Mulligan. I was playing before Vancouver Mulligan existed, and I remember how relieved I was to get the Scry, and how like balanced it felt, how correct it felt. So I'm happy to have it by a lot. It feels that way for me too, but at the same time, I feel like they're trying to reduce the feels bad of non-games for a lot of reasons. Like, it's better for coverage, it's better for new players, and I'm sure with like the influx, like with all this feedback they must be getting from arena players, it's probably a big reason as to why we're seeing it. And Skyfisher, oof. That's a lot of life gain and a really good blocker. I'm glad that the only blocker they're going to be left with after next turn is going to be something that's eventually going to go away, but we can only Nameless Inversion so many times. Yep, it was the same without a Scry. And we're flooding out, like, bouses. Okay, so let's Ghoul Raiser, get back our Nameless Inversion. Only if you had no lands and you had to prove it. That's like Pokemon, where if you don't have a basic Pokemon in your opener, you mulligan. It's funny. You reveal your hand and then mulligan. I guess that's true too, though. It might. It might change. It might change it that way too. Like, Tron is gonna so many times just like keep Tron and Karn. Like, that's gonna be it. Ooh, God. Oh, they're stringing it together. So we drew a lot of lands, and they drew strictly gas. Okay, knowing they don't have Journey to Nowhere, and that they probably are running Disfigures and Doomblades otherwise, they probably have Enix too. I love you, deck. I ain't never gonna stop loving you, deck. I think we gotta go all in on a Carrion Feeder here. They're at 27, we're at 18. Are we in that much of a hurry? They're gonna play another Rift Watcher that will eventually go away. They have a land and a Rift Watcher in hand. Let's think about this for a sec. So they have land, Rift Watcher. If we go all in attack and they block Ghoul Raiser, we get a bigger Carrion Feeder and 3 damage in. If they block a Carrion Feeder, we sack our board, kill Skyfisher. They play the bird next turn. We can continue attacking in and just hope we fade. Oh yeah, no, the opponent's the home team. I think we're going all in, guys. I'm an all-in player. This play allows us the opportunity of a Carrion Feeder that's large enough to attack through the Rift Watcher. So this is ideal. This is best case scenario. It gives us the opportunity for a Carrion Feeder that can be big enough to attack through their creatures next turn. Granted, they can now just double block and trade with it, but you know. What kind of magic tricks? Jukin. They are going to get it with Skyfisher. Okay. So I'm assuming they drew another creature to double block with. Rift Watcher, I presume. Sometimes this is all you need. I don't think that's the land they played last time. Gem Palm Polluter. Is this just a 4-3? A 4-3 isn't even that bad on this board. Makes me really wish I would have played my land drop deck last turn. So I'm going to make a land drop, go to combat, attack with Carrion Feeder. And I might just play this 4-3 out. What do you guys think? I don't think that's bad. I think I'll play a 4-3. Opponent's just going to take it. Okay. If they have Pestilence, they can Wrath our board, but they can't kill the 4-3, so go for it. Gem Palm Polluter. I just think it's a lot better than like a Festering Mummy off the top. Oh yeah, we got there, guys. We got there. Live in the meme. Turn off auto yields for potential, I don't know. Probably no instant speed spells I had to play around there. Summary Judgment. Riftwatcher and Skyfisher gets in, so they're comfortable with this race. Our creatures do not block. Gary here would be pretty nice. Gary without them just like completely obliterating our board. You don't have to explain turning off auto yields. I can imagine a world where Tron players always have Tron on turn 3 and Storm players always combo on turn 4. That's pretty much what Modern could be facing. Yeah, no, yeah, we should, you know what, like, we definitely have to have a look at it. I'm not out here playing different decks every week. It's by far and away Hardcast Gem Pomp Looter. I'm not out here playing different decks every week to not try things and see if they fit. So they've got their opportunity. Will they capture it or will they just let it slip? I think that's the second time I made a lose yourself joke on this stream, and I don't know that that's okay. Oh, it's to keep F6ing. I F6 to lose myself. There you go. Dreamer Stango's got my back. Dead Hoyt. Wait a minute. Okay. 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 So we'll Ghoul Razor. Name either get here is fine because it gets us the other and we'll have the opportunity to cast it. Ghoul Razor is better, actually. All right, so play a land, play Ghoul Razor. We'll get back Nameless Inversion. And I think I just go ahead and Nameless Inversion the Skyfisher now. I can't imagine what they might be able to do to interact with that, but I'd rather just tap out and not have to worry about it. Their clock is too good for us to be worrying about a Skyfisher over there. Swing in. Big hits. Ghoul Razor. That was really good. That was a really good hit. I feel like I understated that a lot. I overstated the bad lose yourself cover, and I understated how good drawing a Ghoul Razor was there. Does this go away now? No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, good. So now our opponent has 2 cards in hand, nothing on board. Pestilence is not super backbreaking. I guess it does leave a creature on board, so they can just activate 4 times and kill us. And it's going to be Pestilence. Okay. Plays a land. And we'll see if they activate now. Can you imagine the next level just like sack our entire board? So will they wait until our turn? Looks like they will. We find another land because we're awesome. We're just dead, right? So we're going to attack. And no matter which way we swing it, because we can't kill them this turn, they can just Pest X4. We're not necessarily dead. It's going to take a lot of playing here to win. A lot of drawing and a lot of really careful playing. Okay. What's up, Achija the Is It Bard? Snow Sack Ghoul Razor. Sack Ghoul Razor. Hit our opponent for 6. Oh, yeah. Gary plays. Opponent goes to 7. Oh, God. Having a life total difference be 1 is just so bad. Wait. No. How much black mana do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, they just kill us. Okay, so sacrifice Carrion Feeder. So that Eli's having like a real weird experience listening to the record right now. Well, I hope you're enjoying it regardless. So opponent loses their Pestilence. No, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for listening. Is currently the strongest deck in Pauper. Blue-black 1-drop's pretty friggin' scary to play against. I'll just say that. Not a creature. Not a creature. Not a creature. Not a creature. Don't be a... Heckin'. Achija the Izzet Bard. I do like it, though. Be like a really good D&D character name. All right, slam the Gary. There'll be no waiting for that. The Marvel. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. But this doesn't really even give us enough of a life total buffer to attack into the Lone Missionary, so now Gary's on defense. Had to have some pretty crazy Ghoul Razor shenanigans. Gary heard our prayers. Thank you, Daddy Gary. All right. Time to rebuild. And hopefully win off the back of another Gary somehow. Sultai Emissaries, time to shine. Thank you, Vaprinier. I appreciate it, man. Have a great sleep. Here comes Guardiano. Nothing we can do about that. And Thraby Baby. Making Sultai Emissary look a little weak. We're at 4. 1 attack means we're pretty much dead. Oh yeah, the Morph can block Guardian. You're right. Oof. Oh, opponent. You're making it hurt so bad. There's Festering Mummy, and I think we're actually just dead now. Play Mummy. We'll attack with Emissary, but I don't think it matters. Go to combat. Attack with Emissary. Them not drawing a removal spell here is highly unlikely. They're at 9. Our Devotion to Black is somewhat high. We'd have to go like Ghoul Razor. We'd have to draw a Gary and like miraculously survive another turn and then find another Ghoul Razor somehow. Opponent will just attack with Guardian. We go down to 2. Persistent Clerics. I don't see very many Clerics. More Guardians. Hey, Achicha the Izzet Bard. Thank you very much for the sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Ghoul Caller's Chant, eh? Let's get back Gempalm Polluter. None of these gain us life, right? No. No. So get back Gempalm Polluter and Carrion Feeder to give us a blocker for Guardian. We're at 2. We have to cycle into a Gary here or we lose. Or we could get really lucky. We could like get Carrion Feeder, Ghoul Razor, and then Ghoul Razor try to get back. How much mana is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we do have enough mana to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 3 Garys left in our deck. We can't make that play if we get another. All right, I'm going to get back Feeder, Polluter. Yeah. All right, so play Carrion Feeder. Cycle Polluter. Deal 4. What do we draw? Gary? Land? So we can block one, but then we just straight up die. So there's nothing we can do here. We're just dead. Dang! I wonder if the Gore Razor math would have worked out for us there. All right. So, Pestilence. Duress is definitely going to come in. We do not want any Pestilences hanging out. Chainer's Edict is probably necessary to deal with their guys. They're going to have a higher life total than us at all times, so Shepherd of Rot probably isn't very good. We don't want our own Pestilence because they're built around it. I don't know how good spot removal is. I like Nameless Inversion. I don't like Vicious Offering. I like Chainer's Edicts. I could see us cutting like our Shambling Goblin. Yeah, either Polluter or Gary would have done it, and we had 3 of each left in the deck. Or we had 2 Polluters left, I guess. And 3 Garys. So we had 5 draws out of our deck, or like maybe hitting... Spot removal could destroy Pestilence if you have enough, you're right. I don't know if we can squeeze these Choking Sands in. How bad is Pestilence against us? Pretty bad. So we definitely want Duresses for those. Yeah, I think this is how we're doing it. I think a little bit of life gain would be okay. I wouldn't mind seeing... Yeah, Sands would be nice, but I think it's too slow. I think we really like Ghoul Razors in this matchup. We really like Garys. Maybe we don't like Garys that much. We could go down 2 Garys for 2 Basilicas. Although I almost want us the game back there. Or for 2 Choking Sands. We got time to think about it. It does kind of seem nice, eh? I'm going to go down 1 Gary for Choking Sands. Cut a Mummy for Choking Sands. See if that does it. Thank you very much, Some Old Country. I appreciate that. This seems pretty slow, but I think it'll do us better than going to 5 again, so I'm going to keep. All right, land, Festering Mummy, pass. See if we can eke it out, guys. Let's eke it out. Some Old Country. I keep forgetting that that's like a meme on my name. What do we draw? More lands. 20, we do run a lot of lands. I think this deck does intend to actually hardcast the 4/3s a non-zero amount of the time. So we will Sign in Blood ourselves. If they play Lone Missionary next turn, I think that's when we want to think about leaving up Nameless Inversion to kind of get them. The no value Ghoul Razor doesn't feel very good. Gravy baby. Okay. So if they go Karoo land here, no. Play a land. Make an attempt at trading with Thraben Inspector. See if they take it. If not, I'm going to leave up Nameless Inversion. It's not as mana efficient, but I think it's correct. Any new province? So I've lived in every province with... All right. I've lived in every province with the word new in its name. And I quite like them all. I kind of wanted to do a listening party or something like that, but I felt like it's just not a great choice. It's kind of a weird thing to do. All right, they're going to Scoured Barrens. So they've obviously seen through our deal with your... how we intend to deal with their Core Sky Fishers. So play a land, go to combat, attack with a Festering Mummy. I think a listening party could be cool. Our opponent does not want to trade. All right, no value Ghoul Razor. Let's do it. It doesn't really matter now because... So what I thought was going to happen was our opponent was going to run out of Core Skyfisher, try to pick up Thraben Inspector, and I was going to be able to Nameless Inversion the Thraben Inspector. But apparently I was getting a little bit too fancy. There's the Skyfisher. And now I'm more happy to have the Nameless Inversion to take care of this. You're also a musician. That's really cool. In your head. In your head. They sure are. What kind of music do you play? That's awesome. All right, let's play a land. Nameless Inversion your Skyfisher straight away. Do not want that blocking anything. Go to combat and swing. See if they do decide to block anything here. Gonna double block. Sure. Yep. They'll take one. Thraben Inspector dies. So now we will... Ghoul Caller's Chant. Get back Ghoul Razor, Nameless Inversion. Play Carrion Feeder. Pass the turn. That's really cool. I've only seen a Bazooki a couple times. Oh man, without a band, it's the worst. I don't have a band either, actually. So I wrote, recorded, and produced all the drums, bass, guitars, vocals on the record. Oh, that's awesome, Sylvie Eli. That's totally my jam. That is absolutely the kind of stuff I'm into. Really happy to hear that. Well, big blockers we're going to have to continuously answer, keep coming down. But that's okay. Because we should be able to line it up that we Nameless Inversion Skyfisher and then immediately get it back with Ghoul Razor. That's really cool. Bazooki. I think I've only ever seen one of those played ever, but it was super cool. All right, so our opponent found ways to recur their creatures as well. It's not as hard as you think. You just really got to force yourself. I'm one of those people that like wasn't talented at all either. Like I had to try stupid hard to get anywhere. What happened, Dreamer Strango? So I'm going to go ahead and duress my opponent before I do anything else. You almost ran it at the MCQ? What did you run into at the MCQ? We got a Pestilence with it. Man, that's pretty lucky. So I'll go ahead and play land. Nameless Inversion. Skyfisher. They have a Skyfisher on top, so this isn't going to do it all. We know they can't answer the Ghoul Razor, but we're going to do this in case they block Festering Mummy. Get back Nameless Inversion. A hurdy-gurdy. Oh my goodness. Somebody in my D&D campaign plays the hurdy-gurdy in our campaign. Attack like this. A Mountain Dulcimer. That's rad. All right, so we will sack our Festering Mummy. And our opponent is on land Prismatic Strands, but they are going to draw a jillion cards. Hopefully none of those cards matter. You have a podcast? Cool. Are they just going to keep bouncing Mortuary Mire? Eh, it is what it is. Did they already play the land for turn there? They did play the swamp. Okay. Well, I guess I want to wait for it to die. We have Bazooka Bogs. I don't know if we should wait for that or not. So play a land. Nameless Inversion your Skyfisher. That's really cool. It's about EDH. And you like play instruments on your podcast, like while you're playing Dulcimer? Am I way off? While you're playing Bazooki, excuse me. So you're going to Strands or draw some cards here. And we're going to try to play a little bit faster because we do have a clock disadvantage. Yeah, Terry. Terry's music is pretty rad too. I would be in a band. So I'm not in a band right now. I'm looking for a drummer. Godzuki? Oh, you arranged the theme song. Okay, well that's cool too. Whatever way you want to play music. What will be targeted with Journey? Okay, so we'll sack it to its own ability. They're gonna pick it up. All right, we'll let it go. I think the plan is here to Mortuary Mire, get back Skyfisher, and then take care of 2 creatures, but not the case. Now it's just going to reset Carrion Feeder, which is also unfortunate. Oh, Fallen King. Yeah, our jams would be a little tough to arrange. Common in Horizons? Well, that's what I'm talking about. So if Modern Horizons has a higher power level, that's why I was thinking of Ashnod's Altar today. Like, what kind of stuff do you guys think we're going to see? Like, I think this will be their chance. Like, we might get our Astral Slide we've always been looking for. We might get, like, you know what I mean? Like, we might get all these crazy cards we want. Dulcimer is a really beautiful instrument. For one reason or another, and I don't mean any offense by this, I'm used to seeing, like, you know, like a wafy lady in kind of like a flowy dress, like really feeling it playing Dulcimer. Like that's how I picture Dulcimer players. But I'm sure it's been adapted and used in with 80s music. Cool. Getting more cards that care about Snowlands. You guys think it's snow time? I can see that. Scred Delver is popular. There was an outcry. Different Dulcimer. Gem Palm Polluter. Okay, well that's a start. Although I think I am going to play it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think cycling it is as useful as just playing it here, so we will cast it. And go to combat. Pass turn. Is a lap strumming instrument. Yeah, sweet. Kind of like a lap steel. That's awesome. Opponent tapping out, not cracking clues. That was weird. Down to 1 card in hand for us. It's Chainer's Edict. Perfect Information is powerful. And I'm not snapping it off because they're sandbagging that. They're sandbagging that Mortuary Mire for this core Skyfisher. So we should hold on to this until it can actually take care of this. Although if we do use it now, it'll get rid of Thraben Inspector, which will allow us a much better attack next turn. There's Mire, which will get back Skyfisher. Then they'll clue in. They'll clue into the Skyfisher. They already said they were reprinting Snows? God, how long have I been under a rock? How long have I been under a rock music? Black Scred. Oh, that'd be really cool, Dreamer Strango. Yeah, even something a little bit more limited could be interesting. All right, so we're going to run out Carrion Feeder. And then go to combat and attack with everything. We might as well Edict here, actually. So we'll Edict. It's 1 less target for their new Skyfisher. Although I believe it'll be picking up Mortuary Mire. Vikings. Frig, yeah. So will we see the Prismatic Strands here? I wonder. And I think I'm going to sack this. If we see it, I'm going to sack this main phase. So that not only do we have a way to attack through... Oh, they're going to unmake. Okay. Where's the unmake fans? I know there's some unmake fans in the house. Y'all are pretty into unmake. I am going to sack Sultai Emissary to have a look at another card as a morph. I would love to go back to Morrowind. Absolutely love to. All right, let's see what our manifest is. Sultai Emissary. You don't say. This is risky, but fancy enough for me. Player rewards full art unmakes. Rad. All right, we got a 4/4 Carrion Feeder now. Bada boom, bada bang. Let's pray for less journeys. They've only got 1 though, so I'm presuming another journey is on its way. And we should be cognizant of the core Skyfisher they have in their hand, because that means they can just journey this feeder whenever they dang well please. They're going to Bazooka Bog. That kind of sucks. It would have been really nice to get back that Gem Pump Looter. Oh, even more tribes. I saw that. Yeah, wasn't it like Lorwyn versus Kamigawa, and Kamigawa just kind of squeaked it out. I almost said squoke. Almost yoed it right out. All right, opponent, what's this going to be? Just going to run out the old fishy boy, pick up your Mortuary Mire. You're out of Thraben Inspectors to get that card draw value. Oh, yeah. Which is really interesting for Pauper, because we have access to a lot of stuff that cares about tribes. Seasonal Courts. Kind of as tribes. So like the winter tribe, the summer tribe. I like that. All right, opponent passes. We draw Emissary. I'm going to play a pre-combat. Could matter. Go to combat and swing with everything. Whichever one of these they block with Skyfisher, I'll just eat with Carrion Feeder. The name of the game is getting in as much damage as possible. They strands. Okay. Yep. Sure. And then block the more if I take it. Yep. So Sultai Emissary is still more useful as a morph, and we have 5 mana. I just hope this isn't a Gary. This is awkward card draw. If this is Gary. Choking Sands. It does look abysmal here. All right, pass the turn. Yeah. Really? Since I posted? Yeah. I know a couple of people did. Like, somebody spent an insane amount of money on it. Like, you guys are awesome for supporting me over on Bandcamp. The album we're talking about, by the way, you can listen to right here. I did it in a month. I recorded guitars, I programmed drums and bass, and I recorded vocals for an entire album of music in a single month. So opponent going off the Flashback Prismatic Strands plan. Yeah, Sir Brentus, we're here. We're out here. Hope you're doing well yourself. 4 mana. Palace Sentinels. Interesting. So we will see Flashback Prismatic Strands block this Choking Sands here. Erishan Cleric. Okay. Yeah, they probably got us now. Despite it taking them 1,000 years. I think we would have to like run Gary's into Polluters like a few times and not draw lands to get through it. But we're going to force him to have it. Or force him to do it. So attack like this, so that they have to strands. I guess I can just block this in strands. Yeah, see you next week, Fallen King. Yep, flashes back strands. On black. And block some more. So make a bigger Carrion Feeder. But they're very likely to just draw into... You got a job offer today? Congratulations. That's awesome. Oh, man. Thank you very much, Achicha. I enjoy having you out for them. Opponent attacks for 7. No, they don't. Okay. They're afraid. They're afraid of the Zombos. Potentially winning. I work a desk job. I don't really like to get into it too much further than that. But yeah, I work a desk job. Pay the bills. And I really like it. It's one of the reasons I won't talk about any specifics. But yeah, it's a great job. You could pretty much nail down a lot about me. I think we're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we're mostly dead. Akia. Ah. Well, yeah, we're dead. They ping once, and then Carrion Feeder can't block, so they can even ping twice, put us to 3. Or just ping 4 times on our end step and we lose. Actually, no, we don't lose to that necessarily. Oh yeah, we do. They wait till end step, ping 4 times, they got enough creatures on board to support it. Yeah. GG's. Alright guys, here we go. Match 4. We're coming for a win this time. So we're going to go 1 drop into 1 drop into probably Gem Palm Polluter on the following turn if we don't hit our land drop. Otherwise, we might go Sultai Emissary. Alright, let's go. Let's play. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card. If its power is greater than each other creature's... Oh, that's really fun. So it's just this like crazy ramp deck. And we're playing against Burn again. Well, these Gray Merchants better come through. Play Festering Mummy, pass a turn. Oh, look at all these chickens. I love that one too, Sir Brentus. Enjoy your dinner. Akicha. I'm going to say that wrong forever. Akija. I appreciate you hanging out and good luck with the podcast. But you just play huge bodies. I'm so yeah, the Yazan deck I play is mostly an elf ball deck. Yes, you have a good night too. Thanks for dropping in tonight. And thank you very much for the sub, seriously. All right, we're at 12. Ain't that just the way? Okay, so Bajuka Bug you. Play... I guess it doesn't really matter. Might as well play Carrion Feeder. Almost got it. Akia. Oh! Okay, I'm getting closer. I'll just mispronounce it next time. Have a good night. So we're at 12. Opponent has 3 lands on the battlefield. Hopefully they have no additional burn. Barrenmoor isn't exactly the land we're looking for, but it is a land. So I don't know if we cycle Gem Palm Polluter this turn. I don't think we do. So let's play Barrenmoor and Sultai Emissary. We're going to go ahead and sack that right away. And then next turn will be... Or maybe we don't, because it represents 1 more life with Gary. I think we do. I think dealing 1 more damage to them over the next 2 turns while we look for lands is going to be more important than this and this. So we'll go to combat. Attack like this. 4-3. And see if we can't get a win here, guys. Frig. Opponent having no plays last turn. Pretty awesome. I've never seen Burn flood out this bad. If that's what they're doing, then... Okay, they're going to bolt us. Turn off auto yields real quick. Needle drop us. Yep. Down to 8. 2 cards in hand. Well, we got to hit land drops, guys. Carrion Feeder. Okay, so play... Festering Mummy. And then before combat, we're going to cycle Gem Palm Polluter. Make sure we get our damage worth out of it. So, drain you for 3. Draw a card. Land drop. Nameless Inversion. Go to combat. Swing for 5. And now we're probably dead. Although... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw 1 or a 2 drop next turn, we have an opportunity to win. Okay. Let's see what they've got. Got to be 3 burn spells. And with this many lands, likelihood of them casting all of them is very high. In before double Fire Blast? Oh god, that's probably what they have. Yikes. So like I said, 1 drop or 2 drop gives us the opportunity to win here. Ghoul Collar does not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're at 8. I guess getting it out to cycle... Oh! That's a really good point. Okay, so play Carrion Feeder. Ken Barb. Sack Carrion Feeder. go to combat, and then we can sack a Festering Mummy and Nameless Inversion or Carrion Feeder. And that'll be 4, 7. Yeah, that'll be plenty. So go to combat, attack like this. See what our opponent does. Unless they have multiple removal spells for our Carrion Feeder, we should have it here. Suddenly Pump Spell. Yeah, that was a little bit... That was almost so bad. That was almost getting yelled at for the rest of my life. And clicking no here is also pretty important. So we want the counter to go on. Nameless Inversion, Carrion Feeder. It does go down to 1 toughness, so I guess it will die to Lightning Bolt. No matter what now. But we have to win here. It's burn. We don't have to sack any more creatures defending it, so we do still deal 3 here. Hey, we got him. Cool. Yikes. Too close. Too close for comfort. Okay, so burn. We'll bring in some Duresses. We found that our Pestilence and our Sign and Bloods weren't going to do it. So what do we want over... What's the next addition? Another Edict. And that's what we're going to do. No, it's not a zombie anymore, so the win doesn't count. It's all creature types. It's all creature types. Ken Barb, that's all for you, man. That's all for you. So I kind of like this. We've got the Ghoul Raiser for the Polluter, which makes me kind of not want to run this out, but chances are, and we got Ghoul Caller's Chant, so I am going to actually keep this. Opponent, turn 1 mountain. Likely story. No plays. No plays. Big no plays, opponent. No plays on turn 1. Yikes. Nope, we will not pay. So we're going to go Festering Mummy, and then next turn we will Duress and cycle Barrenmore. Pretty likely. Or next turn we'll just play Barrenmore and Duress. Maybe that's what we want to do, because we want to get up to Ghoul Raiser. Oh, frig. Well, yeah, so it doesn't count. Bummer. Ooh, that's interesting. And not good for us. Well, we did sideboard in a Chainer's Edict, and we are going to be cycling this Barrenmore now. We do want to Duress our opponent this turn. So I think this turn is going to be Duress our opponent, cycle Barrenmore. So play a land, Duress our opponent. Although maybe we don't. We really want to hit 5 mana for a Gary if we find one. Let's see what they've got. I think we're going to take Searing Blaze because they have the land to turn it on. We'd rather keep our creature. All right. Whole bunch of burn spells. It's about what you'd expect. Where we haven't even found the Gary yet, and we do have some stuff to do with our mana over the next couple turns, I think it will be ideal to cycle this. Maybe this hand wasn't very good in this matchup. Yep. Lava spikes us down to 13. So if we want any chance of winning this game, it'll have to do with a good draw off this Barrenmore. Duress's Black Healing Salve, and it saved a creature. 2 cards in our opponent's hand, we're at 9. Which is not the most uncomfortable place to be. Okay. Thermo pinging us down. It's getting a little too close for comfort here, guys. It's like a little bit too close. 8. I don't know why they'd sandbag a land. That doesn't make any sense to me. Runner will get blocked and killed with Festering Mummy. And that's pretty cool. That's almost Thoughtseize. I think part of the reason Thoughtseize is so good is because it can be a turn 1 play. Why are you sandbagging a mountain, opponent? What are you doing? Did they already play? They didn't already play the mountain, right? Okay. They might be playing like Faithless Looting or something? Carrion Feeder. Alright. So turn comes back. Vicious Offering is a great draw. So play a land, go to combat, swing with Festering Mummy. They also left this tapped. And we will Vicious Offering with Kicker. Sacking Festering Mummy. We didn't have to cast it with Kicker. Oh, we did actually. Because it wouldn't have gotten the -1/-1. I guess we could have sacked it to Carrion Feeder instead. Whoops. All right, opponent. It's on you. Distress is pretty cool. I like Distress. A little bit better. We're doing okay in this game. Not fantastically, but we're doing okay. I made a little bit of a misplay there. There's the land. So 2 cards, potentially burn spells in our opponent's hand. We're at 8, they're at 19. And what do you got? Fire Blast plus nonsense? Fire Blast. Okay. 1 card in hand. Several black mana, or several red mana floating. Skewer, down to 1. No cards in our opponent's hand. No real opportunity for us to Gary here. Which one's Drill Bit? Oh, that's new. That's like the Spectacle Thoughtseize, right? Ghoul Caller's Chant not doing anything right now. So attack with Carrion Feeder. That is really good flavor text. I think we gotta draw our way out of this, right? So I think we actually have to cycle Polluter here. Is that just really bad? We'd have to go land Gary and have our opponent do nothing. So for that reason, I am going to play... I'm going to cycle Polluter. We can't miss land drops. Although keeping pressure on them is important too. That's true. So ping them, draw a card. There's Gary. We'll get back Polluter, Festering Mummy, and pass the turn. But we really needed to hit our land drop there. Because we can't really ask our opponent to whiff for 3 turns. That's foolishness. Alright, they got us. Yeah, we might have gotten there. Okay. So, I think we just gotta hope being on the play does it for us here. Really? Alright, let's do it. I mean, it's really similar to our game 1 hand. We have an answer to their Alchemist. We've got 1-drops. I think I'm going to keep. Shock is definitely weird. Having Shock in a burn deck is very bizarre. All right, so we'll lead on Festering Mummy because we're going to play a tap line next turn. Yeah, there's so many cards that are better than Shock. So many. Well, like 1 at least. Duress. So let's go with Juka Bog. I think I'm going to go Carrion Feeder here because if they play Thermo Alchemist, then I want to sack this and Vicious Offering and get an attack in. Now, if they have Searing Blaze, I will have wished I Duressed, but we'll see. They might not run Curse. Worst Lightning. So, kind of playing towards them having an Alchemist here and not a Searing Blaze. But you got to pick and choose, right? They're going to go ahead and bolt Carrion Feeder right away. That's much better than Searing Blaze. Does make our Vicious Offering play a little more awkward. Yeah, you can run a player rewards version, which actually isn't all that expensive. There's the Curse. That would have been a pretty good target for Duress. All right, so trying to hit land drops and Garys has become our modus operandi here. So I'm going to cycle Polluter straight out. I think we saw last game that the clock can only matter if we can support it by making our own life total high enough to survive. Another duress is welcome. So if they don't go crazy and empty their hand next turn, then these 2 duresses should do some work. I don't really like how reactive our hand is, though. Not super into that. So we can go duress next turn, and if we're lucky, we'll draw land. We'll go Caller's Chant into these 2. Curse, okay. You got it. Carrion Feeder. Okay, so duress you. Big yikes. Okay, so what do we take? I think we take Fire Blast, right? Or do we take Fire Blast, Needle Drop? We take Fire Blast. That's just obvious. Okay, take Fire Blast. Take Fire Blast. Leave them with Needle Drop. Skewer the critics. Plus Thermo Alchemist. All right, go to combat. Swing with Festering Mummy. Hope we can find a clock to back that up. The mana has been a little sketchy tonight. So we knew about these cards. And there's Alchemist. Yep. They are going to get or they're not going to get Needle Drop value this turn, so that's kind of nice. We can deal with Thermo Alchemist. So play a land, play Carrion Feeder, sack Festering Mummy, counter here, and Vicious Offering. Pass. But our next couple of turns are going to have to be pretty clutch. Another Alchemist. Uh-oh. That's not good. We draw land. Let's play land. Play... Yeah, play Emissary. Ghoul Caller's Chant. Return Gem Palm Polluter. Festering. Yeah, maybe Festering Mummy. Yeah, Festering Mummy. And play Festering Mummy. Go to combat. Swing with Feeder. But it is going to be really hard. Without being able to kill Alchemist here, we might not have a route. Another Polluter under there. Though I doubt we'll ever cast it. Okay, pass the turn. Skewer, Needle Drop, 2 unknowns in hand. So now our opponent can go Alchemist, ping us, Needle Drop to draw a card. Put us down to 11, down to 10, down to 7, down to 5. So I think we're at a virtual 4 right now. So they could... Fire Blast kills us, but that's it. I don't really see another way. I don't see a way for us to kill them next turn. And now even an answer to this isn't good enough. And drawing Gary isn't good enough. They would have to be on absolutely nothing. And even then, I think the curses kill us. But we shall see. Rotting Rats? Is Rotting Rats like the Unearth blocker? Potentially Mr. Big Stuff, yeah. Yeah. Because that would have given us the out of land, Gary. All right. We're at 8. Down to 6. Draw land. So we'll cycle Polluter. Damage here. So they're down to 11. What do we draw? Ghoul Razor. Not Ghoul Razor enough. All right, so go to combat. We'll swing with everything. We will have a blocker. Thank you very much for the follow. 64. Oh, game over. Thank you. Game over. Yeah, if they've got cards in hand, that's true. Yeah, maybe that was correct. Because we did find our 5th land. Gary wasn't underneath it, but at the same time, we would have been 1 card deeper than what we are now if we survive another turn. I'm going to block Carrion Feeder. Okay. So Alchemist will die here. It's good news for me. Yep. Got on a 5. They might, like, they don't really need much. We saw Skewer, we saw Needle Drop. They have 3 cards in hand. We'll play Ghoul Razor. And pass. No. Morph was dealing damage. Gary, please. So we're dead or we're dead. Lightning Bolt. That's it. Brutal. Needle Drop. Fire Blast. No. No Fire Blast. Upkeep stop. Sack my board. All right. I don't like this hand at all. I don't want to cycle this Baron more. These Ghoul Razors aren't going to have any value. I'm going to mulligan this. This isn't right. This is a little bit better. Not ideal, but a little bit better. Plays around Skullcrack. Now you're thinking. Carrion Feeder makes this hand significantly better. Top Carrion Feeder. Let's do this. Match 5. Game 1. Trying to get that 1-4 redemption for those 20 play points. Ooh, yeah, I like Pristine Talisman as well. That slots into just about any deck. Looks like we're playing against good old Boros Monarch. Go to combat, attack with Festering Mummy. We're going to stay mana efficient and play a Sultai Emissary here. Man, what are we doing playing Boros Monarch in the 0-4 bracket? Like, what's come on? For real? So hopefully our opponent plays a Karoo. They don't. They do play a tap land, though. Okay. Any attacks with 3 baby? No attacks with 3 baby. We keep drawing lands. So we'll go to combat, attack with Festering Mummy. They will certainly block Sultai Emissary. Ah, that Aduity Hustle. I see your badge changed. Cool. We'll play Carrion Feeder. I like Silbok Lifestaff as well. If it ever gets big, there's a swath of zombie hate cards. Is it really? I had no idea. All right. What do you got for us, opponent? I'm going to make my stuff into 2/2s. So you better be ready. They're going to be some bizarre type of card advantage. It's going to be a Skyfish Reno. Alchemist Vial. I can live with that. Although I don't like it. So this is kind of like the aggressive... Try Thought Picker Witch. Thought Picker Witch is one of those ones. So like, I'd love to. And I have tried. But because everyone has a Thought Picker Witch deck, it's like very difficult to build the best Thought Picker Witch deck. You know what I mean? Gary under there. Gary does not trigger if you morph it, right? No. That really sucks. Okay. Play a land. Go to combat. We're going to swing with everything. I mean, our team's pretty large. I honestly can't imagine getting Diagraph escorted. Opponent's just going to go for the damage reduction here. Go to 15. We'll pass. Hopefully this is too fast for them. Oh, that's questionable. We'll see. Yup. Playing some birds. Drawing some cards. As Boros Monarch is wont to do. Shouts out to Ruben Bressler. Monarch lover. If you're out there, Bressler, you listening to me, I'm listening to you. Big fan of you guys over on Magic Mics. All right, let's see what happens. Are they on right now? I feel like they're on tonight. Okay, that's a start. So we will Edict them. Chant would be pretty cool. Circle of Protection, those cards are pretty sweet. I feel like Circle of Protection are those cards that you can really only warrant a sideboard slot if you know the archetypes you're fighting against are going to be popular. I'm going to play my land out here. We do want to get up to 7 mana for Changer's Edict. I don't think we're really bluffing anything reasonable. No auto yields because we do want to play around journeys in whatever ways we can. Although if they're going to hit Carrion Feeder, then let it hit Carrion Feeder. Let's see what happens here. Land. Likely story. They're going to bolt Carrion Feeder. I think it's worth sacking one creature over this. But they might just Journey now, which kind of sucks. And Galvanic Blast. Okay, well, I can live with that. They're not going on my face. My opponent hasn't managed to commit any creatures. Maybe I should have flipped this and sacked. Let's see what this is. 2 mana. Skyfisher. Okay, for Vile. I think Lifestaff you have to be like you have to play in a particular way to make Lifestaff good. I play decks with Lifestaff in the sideboard where I've completely not even seen the lines that get value out of its its ability. Try as I may. What do we draw? Land, because my deck is sweet. If we attack and they block this creature, then we get blown out. I guess. Yeah, this is weird. I want to attack and risk it, but I feel like that's so dumb. If they block Gary, then we get in for 2 and flip Gary. They block Carrion Feeder. It dies. Guys, do we attack here? I'm doing it. Whatever. I'm here for a good time. Not a long time. Oh, frig, got him. Sneaky old Gary. All right, pass the turn. I don't know why I ask. I don't know. I really don't. Alchemist File, you got it. Man, Bottle Gnomes. Talk about cards I've stared at for ages and wished I could play in some way. And just never. It's never been Bottle Gnomes time. Glintock. Playing birds. Drawing cards. That's what they're out here to do. Does another Gary win us the game? Yes. That would be nice. No. Attack. Do it. Opponent. All right. Well, that's a start. I draw my I make my 7th land drop. Got there. Sack the Skyfisher. Dang. All right. No attacks this time. I'm going to get so Gary can't attack. Okay. Pass the turn. Opponent on 4 cards in hand. Boros Monarch with 4 cards in hand can usually get it together. Journey to Nowhere. Okay. On Gary, I presume. Little did you know, I love having a sack outlet. They can never attack through your core Skyfisher. Faithless Looting. No Prismatic Strands. Please. Well, I guess I could just find it, cast it. It's time. It's time to possibly Pauper play Bottle Gnomes. I've been staring at them for far too long. They must be mine. Core Skyfisher. Getting in there. I want to get some hesitation about this manifest before, but oh, there's bolted. Okay. 1 card in hand, no more card draw. Okay. It's better on board than like a Festering Mummy or something. But it doesn't bring us any closer to a Gary. Although I still do think a 4-3 on this board is pretty okay. Just too slow for the life gain? Yeah. Equal to the number of zombies I control, huh? Yeah. Slam it. Come on, E-Hustle. You know I don't use that. You know I don't use that idiomatic speech. Oh, Glacius 77 with a controversial counter opinion. I need certainty in my chat. Palace Sentinels. Big yikes. No attacks. Yep. Well, I think trading with one of their creatures is better than not trading with one of their creatures, so we're going to do that. We're going to take out Palace Sentinels because we don't want them to be able to reset Monarch with a Core Skyfisher. No strands in the bin. We lose our boy. I'm going to hold on to this land. Who knows what they might play around. Getting up to 9 mana for Strands, Flashback Strands might be correct, but... Or Edict, Flashback Edict. Maybe it was wrong to let him go. Because we do have Gary... Yikes. We do have Gary. We could have Gary'd them for 3 there. I am going to hold this Gary. Because they don't play counter magic. So now I just have to make sure... Now we just have to hope they don't find like Radiant Fountains and they can't kill us. Now I wish I didn't trade. Although it did slow their clock down. So it's tough to say. You guys ready to draw so many cards that aren't going to help us kill them with Gary? Yep. I guess it does block Palace Sentinels too. Ah! Oh, this game. Okay. Okay. Yep. Moan of the Unhallowed. That's me right now. That could be cool, though. Now I'm going to get mana tithed. And burn me for lethal? Additional Palace Sentinels. You got it. I can't imagine there was no Boros Monarch at that tournament. Lol. Yeah, we're dead. Right? I could kill 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gary, I'm not just gonna scoop. Gain some life. Drain you. Vicious Offering, your Glintock, and pass. This buys us 2 turns. Oh no, they can make this not block. Unable to block, excuse me, and then kill us with a burn spell. They do have to find the burn spell. Or they can show me the burn spell. Battle Moan. It is kind of like Battle Screech. Uh-huh. Opponent gonna let us block with our Gary. Or Jet. Yeah. No. Chant will? What does Chant do? Chant gets back Polluter. An Emissary. So we're dead. Garbo. Okay. Well, against this deck, with all of their birds and stuff, I think we just gotta go super fast. And we're not gonna be able to attack through Core Skyfishers, so we want Shepherd of Rots. Although they are a burn deck. So maybe Shepherd of Rot Duress is what we bring in. But it's not obvious. I don't think Pestilence does well enough. I think they like a Pestilence on board. But do we have a Gary in the bin? So what do we take out, guys? I think we want the Shepherds, even though they are a burn deck. Maybe we don't want the Shepherds. Maybe this is for like Tron. Blue-black control. How long can we stay ahead on life? They have like Radiant Fountains and stuff too. I guess we'll have to hit enough of these to do that. We definitely want to do some Ghoul Raising, Nameless Inversioning. I don't think Vicious Offering's good enough. Shambling Goblin can probably go. And next would be Duress. Choking Sands would be like fine, but not fast enough. So I'm going to go like this. We're going to go on the play. And we're going to try. Yeah, they only had 3 in stock when I tried to buy them. All right. Well, if we draw lands on time, we get the first Skyfisher covered. This could do it. This could get us the game win we've been looking for. Yeah. Oh, I don't mind Festering Mummy. Like, Festering Mummy can neuter stuff to the point where 2-drops can attack through it. I like Festering Mummy. I think it's a really good card. It's one of those 1-drop, 2-damage creatures. Excuses. I should have tried harder. I'm sorry, J101. That would be pretty cool. So pretty typical turn 1 play here. There's Sign in Blood. I like that. We are going to curve out. Next turn, we'll have to Sign in Blood if we have nothing better to do. We'll see if they trade. They are going to trade. Okay. Certainly we'll make a Skyfisher worse next turn. Although they might go Glinthawk, Ancient Den, Glinthawk, pick up a clue or something. Prism, okay. We draw Mummy, go to combat, swing. Drawing untap land off, Sign in Blood here would be great. Nice. Play Mummy. Mummy. Last turn. We'll see our first bird of the day, I'm sure. To pick up Prism. I'm going to pass. Shepherd. So I'm going to swing with both, and then I think I'm going to play Ghoul Raiser to get back Festering Mummy. I'd rather get back Sultai Emissary, I think. Though, so then next turn we can play Shepherd of Rot, 1-drop. So we'll go to combat. Attack with Festering Mummy. We can attack with Emissary as well. I want to attack with a 2-drop next turn too. So if being a little mana inefficient this turn isn't going to work out, then it's not going to work out. Yeah, so they're going to give us a 2-drop. If I draw like a Carrion Feeder off of this, then no, it's a land. Okay. So we'll run out Ghoul Raiser. Get back one of our Zombos. Festering Mummy would be ideal. It's not, but that's okay. Mono White Elves. All right, so they're going to Lightning Bolt. What was that? What do they kill? Oh, the swamp. The morph creature. Got it. Oh, nice. Our opponent's missing land drops. I love it. Go to combat. Swing with both. And we're going to go Ghoul Raiser again. We're going to try to run our opponent out of removal for a little while, and then we're going to slam the Shepherd. Because we should be able to keep our life total at a reasonably high at that point. And I'm really liking these Ghoul Raiser into Ghoul Raiser plays. Oh, that's a good point. I guess I didn't think about it. It's late. Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have. And then I could have gone Shepherd of Rot, Festering Mummy. If they stay stuck on lands, then we should be able to do it from here. I would like to draw land drops from here, though. We might have to like Shepherd of Rot Nameless Inversion if they drew a bird here. I really like that a lightning bolt came down on the morph creature. That makes me feel good. And that they only have, well, I guess I have 2 red sources. All right, what's your play, opponent? Doogie Howser. Oh, I just figured it out. Okay, go to combat and swing. And we'll play a land. Let's go Shepherd Sultai Emissary. And let's wait one more turn. No, you're totally right. I need criticism. I need it. Give it to me, please. I probably got super rusty in that month off. They're going to journey. Okay. So opponent still on much removal. Yep. Now this turn we'll go Shepherd Emissary. And I feel like at that point we're lined up pretty good for a Gary too. Land drop into Gary's just from here on would be bananas. Jukabog. Alright, go to combat. We'll swing. Dreamer Strango. Excuse me about my life choices. I guess I don't want this, did I? Alright, opponent playing wisely into the Gary. But we're going to get to commit 2 more Black Devotion to the battlefield. In Sultai Emissary and Shepherd of Rot. And that should about bring us around the corner. Hopefully. Oh yeah. You got it. See, I don't respond well to it. That's another thing. Like, I really do have to learn how to take criticism better. They found removal for Shepherd. Shepherd. All right, let's see what they got here. Skyfisher. So the question now is, do we just start slamming Garys? We kind of can't, because we have to remove this to get in for damage. Land. Yeah, I think we just hope they don't have infinitely more removal, even though they are pretty well known for having that. But I think they're either going to have more removal or more blockers. And I think this represents a little more damage out front. So go down to 9. They finally hit 4 mana. We'll see how well they can dismantle us here. We've just seen so much removal. We actually haven't. Battle Screech. Okay, good. That's what I'm talking about. Tapped a little weird. Maybe they have a Thraben Inspector. That could have been flashed back there. Polluter, eh? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gary. Drain you for a bunch. And now we just have to pass the turn, and Polluter Gary next turn should get us there. I don't really want to risk attacking here. I don't think it's worth it. One of these getting, like, I guess I could chip in for 1. But keeping our Black Devotion up and giving them even less options to win through what we're going to do next turn, I think is our best route to victory here. I'm going to kill Gary, yep. And what do you find, opponent? Electrickery is kind of bad. Journey, okay. Still got 2 Black Devotion on the battlefield. Vial, it doesn't matter. If we draw untapped land, we pretty much got it sealed now. Oh, never mind. So our opponent has burn spell in hand. That's their way out. They have to kill both of these. They put Prism. Okay, we win. Gary. Boom. All right, so I think our sideboarding went fairly well there. I think Shepherd of Rot immediately demanded an answer, or would have won us the game. So let's hope things go as clumsily for them this time as they did last game. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out. Oh, it's tough just getting reamed, though, for like 4 matches. Let's go, guys. I want at least 1 match tonight. The shaking the rust off week. All right, opponent, what do you have for us? Mono Sultai emissaries that can't attack through Thraben Inspectors or Core Sky Fishers. We could have swag played. I think I am going to keep this. I think there's worse hands. These are resilient enough that if our opponent doesn't play creatures early on, we might be able to check in for damage. And having 2 shepherds makes a handful of redundant Sultai emissaries a lot better. I really hope they're on like a bad creature dock, frig. Heckin'. Alright, so turn comes back to us. Find a swamp. So play a swamp, play an emissary, pass turn. Swag cycle. I like that. Swagged out. They have hundreds of cards, yeah. You know, there's like a lot of truth in that, honestly. So we're gonna turn the clue. Going to allow us an attack with an emissary. Are they just gonna kill it? Turn it into a 2/2 now? No. There's Sign in Blood. More burn for us. Go to combat. Attack with emissary. They will block. We'll get a morph. Cool Caller's Chant. Not what I'd like under the morph. Would like in my hand. Pass the turn. So we'll continue along this line for a second to see if they will trade any resources. And then, actually, I think we're going to start running out shepherds next turn. It kind of doesn't make sense to just turn all these into morphs. Still no attacks for our opponent. We drew a land. Okay, play a land. Go to combat. Swing. I think I'm just going to play 2 shepherds here. Maybe I go emissary, Sign in Blood. So I'm going to take 2. We get a morph. It's a swamp. Yeah, I'm going to go emissary, Sign in Blood. I'm feeling like I got some time here. Carrion Feeder, Nameless Inversion are both very welcome finds. So I'm going to Galvanic Blast and Manifest. I'm into that. Playing directly into my plot. Cut them down to virtually 18. When do they gain life? Why are they still at 20? Opponent passes. Another Shepherd of Rot. Cool. Let's go to combat. Swing with both. Oh, always. Always. The punishment is never ending. All right, opponent's going to trade in their Glinthawk. Give us another Manifest. So now we will go... I think Carrion Feeder is even better here. So I'm actually going to run out Carrion Feeder first. I'm going to Sign in Blood first. And then I'm going to Carrion Feeder. That wasn't the best Sign in Blood ever. I think I'm just going to run out another emissary. Yeah. We've got time to get these Carrion Feeders down. Salt Eye Emissary. We just hit the 4th one. It's a cool card. Trades for a lot of value in this matchup. So Lightning Bolt to Manifest. That face when you have more cards in hand than your Boros Monarch opponent. Maybe being this low on life does not make 3 Shepherds of Rot all that exciting. 3 mana means Oblivion Ring. That's interesting. They have another land, don't they? Maybe not. Getting in for 1. So we'll go Carrion Feeder. Ghoul Razor. Get back a Zombo. Pass a turn. We really do have to get their life total down before we can start raising ghouls. I feel like we spun our wheels pretty hard there with those Sultai Emissaries. It's kind of a little unnecessary. They're going to blast the feeder. Okay. There it is. All right, so we do have a nameless inversion for that. I like that. I'm going to pick up Prism. Okay, so they have 5 mana now. So things will start to get more dicey. And no attacks from our opponent. So let's go. I honestly think we need the mana more than we need the extra card here. So we will Nameless Inversion, Skyfisher, play Emissary, go to combat, swing with Ghoul Razor. And then next turn we'll go Ghoul Razor, Shepherd of Rot, probably. Yep, gonna get some life. 5 cards in hand. 4 mana, Palace Sentinels, okay. Let's Ghoul Razor first, because we could hit Nameless Inversion, which matters. Ooh, spicy. All right, so Nameless Inversion, the Thraven Inspector. Go to combat, become the Monarch. And see if our opponent can commit more blockers than we have creatures. Nah, wanted to be the Monarch. Opponent making blue mana. I like it. Blue mana, period. They ice. Okay. That's interesting. They just like this for the Fork Bolt, I guess? Yep. Opponent will become the Monarch once more. So big read on Prismatic Strands here. Almost never. It almost never runs Fire Ice. Prismatic Strands plus blocker? No Prismatic Strands. Okay. Interesting. We draw Sign in Blood. All right, we'll go to combat and swing. We're still working on getting that life total down as far as we can. I'm a little curious as to what's going to happen here. We did just see Fire Ice. Sure. Okay. So second main, we will Shepherd of Rot. Shepherd of Rot. And cycle Gem Palm. 3U. Because it's colorless. Yeah, it is. All right. 2 shepherds on board, 1 shepherd in hand. Some direct burn damage and Sign in Blood. But our opponent is now the Monarch. So we're going to have to hit some Ghoul Caller's Chance real quick here. Figure out what we're going to do. Opponent's going to return. So I think Chant would probably get back Ghoul Razor, Polluter. Just gets us as many zombies on board as possible. 1 mana. 3B baby. 3B baby. So we play Mummy. We've got 8 burn damage on board. 10 burn damage. Play Shepherd of Rot. So maybe there's a way we can leverage this to a win. Where they kind of like overcommit. But right now it's looking a little dicey. Because we have less life than them and they're a burn deck. And they've hit all their land drops now. So we're going to have to get this back or find more. Ideally. No attacks. All right. What do we draw? Land. Well, this is sketchy, but I'm doing it. Sign in Blood. Gray Merchant of Asphodel, you say? Well, we best get our devotion up as high as we can. So we'll play Carrion Feeder. Play Festering Mummy. So we're basically just going to play in such a way that keeps our devotion super high and doesn't kill us. And play to a way that helps Gary win the game next turn. No attacks from us. And we'll see what our opponent does on their turn. Draws a card. Okay. They do have 1,000,000 mana and probably infinite removal spells. So Shepherds now deal lethal damage, but we would also die. So if they can remove them, we can't really do anything about it. If we activate 1, we go to 5, which is within Lightning Bolt range due to Glinthawk, so we can't even activate 1 here. We have to Gary first at least. But I guess Carrion Feeder can change that math. I can at least draw the game. Can I? Yeah, I guess. If they like try to kill us in response to our second Shepherd activating next turn, we could do that. I think Gary activate 3 wins. So let's see. 3 mana. Reaps. Gets back Glinthawk. Electrickery is obviously like a blowout. The hugest blowout. Radiant Fountain. Yep. And Glinthawk. Okay. They can tap out this turn? That'd be sweet. They're at 17. Oh, we're going to have to do so much math. This is stupid. Take 3 down to 8, gain 1. Let's see how they attack. They also have very little time on their clock, so they can't think very much. Oh, come on, yes. Yes, opponent. Just Glinthawk. You got it. We go to 9. No Prismatic Strands in the bin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go to 3 there. So I am going to tap one of these. The YOLO theory. Thanks for the emotes. So I am going to tap 1 here, I think, right? Tap 1, deal 6. Put them down to 11. Put us down to 3. Go back up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go back up to 11. So then we're both at 11? Oh, but we can swing with everything and then win, I think. Oh god, math. I don't see why I wouldn't do this now. So I'm going to. We will draw. Our opponent will discard. What do we draw? Land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go up to 11. They're at 11. So I think we play Gary. I think we're okay. I think we play Gary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 attackers. We can leave 1 Shepherd of Rot back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, wait, I have to activate twice. Oh, Gary deals 8. Right. But then I can't activate Shepherd to win, right? Oh yeah, then I can stack down to 3 zombies. Oh yeah, no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got there. Hello out there in YouTube land. Thank you so much for watching the entire stream. I appreciate that, guys. It was really fun. Zombies is obviously a very powerful deck. When we were about to turn the corner and slam that Gary for the win, unfortunately, our deck just didn't deliver it. I think we probably sideboarded Shepherd of Rots in correctly. In that one game, we brought Choking Sands in. I think we played pretty tight. So it might have been bad draws. There might be synergies I'm just missing altogether. Who knows? It top 8'd the MCQ. It's obviously a very powerful deck. Anyway, it's sweet. Take it out. Give it a go. Get your gem pomp looters. Have your opponents reading them at the paper table. That'll probably be a lot of fun. So thank you again for watching all of the gameplay and for hanging out tonight. And out there on Twitch, thank you so much for hanging out for the entire stream. I really appreciate it, guys. Have an awesome night.